Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Monday, the 6th of December, 2021. Remember, viewers, those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. And remember, Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, we're giving out small loans. Remember, you can also set up a fixed deposit account, a Real Talk investment, where you can earn 2.5% per year on your fixed deposit. Presently, the highest interest rate being paid in Trinidad and Tobago presently. So as we start off our program tonight, viewers, feel free to call in. 238-6716 is our studio line for the next hour. There's a rerun of this program tomorrow at 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. also. Viewers, if you miss out the night live. So as we start off our program tonight, the Ministry of Health, in its daily update, confirmed that a newborn baby girl has died from COVID-19. The newborn was among 19 deaths recorded today. The baby girl has become the youngest person to die from COVID-19 in this country since the pandemic began in March 2020. Last month, 2 boys, both age 7, died from the disease. Minister of Health also stated that 14 children under the age of 1 have been admitted to the hospital for COVID-19. So viewers, if it's one thing that the government cannot stop, even though they try, is the spread of COVID-19. Now I will tell you something. We have an estimated figure in Trinidad of 1.4 million people. In China, there is millions of people. And if they could not contain it in China, in the US, in India, in Australia, in Europe, if they could not contain it in these countries where there are millions of people, you think the government could contain it with 1.4 million people? They just can't. They just can't. Can they come out and speak the truth to us? We might get half of the truth. You're not getting the whole truth. You know why we're not getting the whole truth? Side effects of the medication, the minister seems to deny. Or is it that they just don't want to scare the public? That is why I have been telling citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, when you hear you take the vaccine, or if you have taken the vaccine and you ended up with side effects, please feel free to call in so the public would know. The public would understand some of the severe side effects with it, while the ministry is not letting us know. And where would you get that? Only on Real Talk. Because in other stations, they would say 2 persons die from COVID and 15 get COVID today, and that's it. That's it. But what we want to know the severity of the side effects with the COVID-19 vaccine. That is what we want to know. And that is what the ministry would not tell us. How much of you have gotten lazy? How much of you have side effects with body pain? I spoke to a guy today, he took the vaccine 3 months ago. And presently he's treating a rash on his whole back. His whole back got a rash from the vaccine 3 months ago, and he's still treating it up to today. I have a friend also. My barber took the vaccine, and his left leg, before the vaccine, he was perfectly healthy. And when he took the vaccine, about a month after he took the vaccine, his whole left leg, he could barely stand on it. It's been paining since then to now. That's probably about 4 months, 4.5 months now. And 1 month after he took the vaccine, his left leg started to pain. So from then, 4 months, up to now, I was by him this morning, up to now, he is getting pain. But would the ministry come out and say anything? No, the vaccine is safe, according to Terrence. It is safe. Remember I was telling you 3 guys, they came and visit me 3 different occasions. Saeed, you know that my penis shrink 1 inch. You see the side effects, the ministry not coming out and telling you. They're not coming out to tell you that. All Terrence is saying, it is safe. You see, Terrence said had no side effects. God alone knows if he took the vaccine or he took water. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Mr. Said, we know as a fact.
You stick your get the click 1 time. It's mash up Monday tonight. Now, here it is. The Ministry of Finance. Brian Manning, the Minister of Finance, I do apologize. The Minister of Finance, Mr. Brian Manning, and his wife, Shirley Das, are in stable condition. There is optimism that both will make a full recovery after they were reported on Saturday to have tested positive for COVID-19. Both Mannings and Das are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Terrence! You listening? Stop blaming the blasted the unvaccinated people for spreading it. Stop your nonsense. I am Saeed and I am telling you that. Stop your nonsense. And everybody else who blaming the unvaccinated for spreading it, shut all your mouth. I am telling you that. Here we have 2 individuals fully vaccinated. How much died, Terrence? So stop blaming the unvaccinated for spreading it. 2 vaccinated people. One a minister and his wife fully vaccinated. And they got COVID-19, Terrence. What you coming out to tell the public now? You're coming out to blame unvaccinated? Shut your mouth. And stop blaming people. How many vaccinated people in China got the COVID-19? Terrence, how many? If you feel afraid to call your name on television, you lie. One medical source stated that if they were unvaccinated, the situation could have been much worse. Sport and Community Development Minister Shamfa Kudjo, Ms. Data, also recently tested positive for COVID-19 and is in home quarantine. Kudjo is also fully vaccinated. So I wonder what Terrence have to say now. But wait, listen this. Listen this, viewers. Didn't the Prime Minister say that you could be asymptomatic, which means you could get the COVID-19 disease and your body could overcome it and heal? Didn't the Prime Minister said that? How many people got COVID-19 in 2020 and healed from it? We didn't have vaccine yet. How come it wasn't dangerous in 2020? But as soon as we get vaccine in Trinidad, all of a sudden, watch this, all of a sudden we jump horse and it becomes dangerous. It becomes dangerous. You see, if the Minister of Health had no common sense, I will be happy to give him some of mine. And for we Trinidadians who blaming the unvaccinated, while the vaccinated people get in it, now we have One medical source stated that if they were unvaccinated, the situation could have been much worse, they say. Much worse. In 2020, when people were getting the COVID-19 and recovering from it, where was the vaccine? So I would like to ask now, this medical officer who said it could have been much worse, I am asking him, in 2020, when people got COVID-19, and they healed from it, how much worse it could have gotten. And it's only in 2021 we started to get deaths. COVID-19 started in March 2020. The whole of the 2020 came down to December. No deaths. Vaccine start, death start. But all I want to tell Saieed something? Terrence, you want to come out and tell the public something else? I am laying down the facts. That is what I am doing. You see, all of might come out and try to mama guide the citizen. Oh, it's safe, it's safe, it's safe. My barber end up about 3 months now with a pain in his left leg. And up to this morning when I visited him, he still couldn't stand on one leg with it. But all you want to talk this, that, and the next. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. If I didn't have to travel, I would have never taken that vaccine. But by the grace of God, I thank God that nothing happened to me. Thank God for that. So we are going for a short commercial break. There's lots more in store. Where? Right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. The United National Congress is insisting that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley violated the integrity by failing to disclose his interests in a townhouse in Tobago to the Integrity Commissioner. On Thursday, the PM produced documents including his confidential Form A, which were filed with the Integrity Commission in defense against what he called was hogwash by the UNC. However, Sawa Barataria MP Saddam Hussein maintained his stance to produce evidence of the 1.2 million townhouse. The UNC is also questioning how the Prime Minister was able to acquire the property at a significantly reduced cost from Tobago businessman Alan Warner, whom they claim is close friends with the PM. PM Wade Mark called on the Prime Minister to be transparent and accountable to the people of this country and call on the Integrity Commission to continue its investigation into whether the PM filed the ownership documents with them. Bacchanal! Bacchanal! You see, all the Integrity Commission have to do, all they have to do is just to come out and say, well, the PM did file, but it was filed on so and so date. That's all. You see, let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. There's many, many simple ways to fix problems in Trinidad. But we like to prolong in a problem. And that is our problem as Trinidadians. Before we fix the problem and move on, we would like to delay in the problem. As long as you are a part of the problem, you cannot be part of the solution. Always remember that. Always remember that. So here it is now as we move along. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that his Tobago townhouse is fully declared and legal action is being examined against United National Congress MP Saddam Hussein for suggesting otherwise. Rowley displayed his Integrity Commission Form A, where he declared the purchase of his Ainsgate townhouse to the Commission.
This is a copy of my 2019 Form A, Integrity in Public Life Act submission. If I turn to page 9, where all the property owned by my wife and myself, and one is shared by my children as well, you will see there are 6 properties listed here. The one at the top is my house in Goodwood Park, dating back to 1985. The one at the bottom, the most recent acquisition, says address and description of property including land and floor area, Shervan Inez Development. That's the last one you see there.
So yes, the Prime Minister came out and showed the nation his Form A, but the Integrity Commission also have to come out and tell the citizens, or address it to MPs, or address it to UNC, that yes, the Prime Minister did file, but it was filed on date X, Y, or Z. That is all. You see, there's a process. And when we prolong in a problem, we will end up with a problem. He also trashed Hussein, claimed that when the UNC checked the commission last week, there was no declaration for Rowley's 1.2 million property bought from Tobago businessman Alan Warner. Now, Rowley stated that the UNC latest attempt was meant to imply criminal conduct on the part of a Tobago-born Prime Minister and assassinate his character.
So how then?
PM question.
How then?
How did UNC discover that he bought a property?
So how then could this gentleman be telling the country that he and the UNC, which is Wade Mark, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and Saddam Hussein, that they checked at the Integrity Commission and discovered that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago bought a property or got a property which he is hiding from the Commission in so doing and does not declare it to the Commission, and therefore the Prime Minister is guilty of criminal conduct equivalent to what Bazio Pandey was accused of, and the Prime Minister should now be charged and go to jail because you hide your property equal for all of us. Since Basdio Pandey, and these are their words, since Basdio Pandey was charged, the Prime Minister should be charged.
Now, Mr. Prime Minister, how did they find out? Well, I guess they investigated. Some bird whistly toodly doodly doo, and something came out. But being the Prime Minister and MPs in Trinidad, for any individual, once you hold a particular office, judges, ministers, you have to declare your asset. And if assets are not declared, then the Integrity Commission would want to know, hey, where you get this? Where this pop up from? And then the FIU would step in now to find out, well, hey, where did you get this money to purchase this property? Caller, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend.
So he is saying that they want to assassinate his character. You can assassinate something that is already dead. But I would like, something is very troubling. We have lost several close friends and relatives due to this virus in the last few months. And so what I'm going to say is no disrespect to these people who lost a loved one. So this church in Central, the pastor wife had died from COVID-19. However, the box or the casket was opened in the church where they was putting flowers and whatnot. So what I want to know that if the law or if the public health rules have changed. Because I know you have to have a closed box.
Yes.
It can't be open. This one was definitely open. All the rest have a question.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Well said. Well said. Now, staying on the Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley further stated that he passed this matter to his lawyer to determine whether he was slandered by the UNC MP Saddam Hussein.
So I've passed this morning to my lawyers to determine, because I take legal advice, to determine whether I have been slandered by Saddam Hussein. That accusation of obtaining from a contractor and hiding a property and not declaring it, I want to know what recourse I have.
Now, I could say something. Again, I say, as long as you are in public office, you will be scrutinized. You will, long time you used to have them fine teeth comb. A comb that is about 3 or 4 inches, and the teeth and them close, like a centimeter apart. I don't remember that. You see, as long as you're in public office, you will be scrutinized. Your hair will be combed. People are looking for skeletons in closets. And I want to tell the Prime Minister that it's not about slandering. It's not about slandering. Like I said, some bird probably going toodly-doody-doo, and some documents surface up. You see, that is the job of the opposition. The job of the opposition is to prosecute the present administration. And the present administration have to defend themselves. You see, this is politics. But the thing is, both opposition and present administration have parliamentary privilege. So if the Prime Minister doesn't know, as long as you're in office, you will be scrutinized. If you buy a dog collar for your dog, the public will talk about it. So I want you to understand that. Switching gears now. Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith have stated that he is holding text messages which, I just love this kind of thing, Yeah, just tit for tat. Gary Griffith have stated that he is holding text messages which, if revealed, could cause a snap election before the end of the year. So why is he holding a text message? When are you going to release it? Because if you are holding these text messages, you are more or less kicked out, More or less, The selection for a COP have changed, So I would release it. I would release it. Griffith pointed to an alleged little boy attitude by the Prime Minister on the recent leaks of text messages between the PM and himself. Some messages between both were revealed in a September 25, 2020 letter from the then Police Service Commission Chairman Bliss Prasad, which she wrote Griffith on the PM loss of confidence in him. Now, how could the PM lose confidence in the police commissioner when the police commissioner had Trinidad and Tobago in a leash? When I say leash, I mean criminals. Griffith alluded to the 2020 clash with the PM on the Bayside Tower pool party. That's the COVID-19 now. They say that the COVID-19 protocol was breached. He said that was because the PM was thin-skinned. You know a skin thin? He then called on the public not to simply follow leaders and to adhere to Kamala or Rowley, but to think of themselves. Now I'm going to tell you something. It's just recently they brought an amendment where the police can enter into your property if they find that there's too much people in your property, or if you're breaking the COVID-19 protocol. Just recently that came out, just recently, a couple of months back. So what the commissioner did back in 2020, you police cannot enter my property just so unless you have a warrant. And then again, that is a gated property. That is not a how to say it, a normal owner of a home. That is gated property. They are paying for security. And in order to go in a gated compound, you have to have a document. And the commissioner knows that. Call her good night.
Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead.
Incident happened to me on Friday at church. Some guy told me up gunpoint. And I went on an ice parade yesterday.
Okay, tell us about the incident. Tell us what happened with the incident.
All right. It's a job that my son gets and sell me on. But it has some more to it, but it would come too much time. I went on the area that said they would be. Two of them jump on the vehicle and we go into where they say some material is to pick up. Supposed to be some books and boards. When I reach a certain way, they tell me, stop here. One hold me out, I hesitate, and next thing I hear, things pick on my side, and the next one who was in the vehicle, phone stick them out, gunpoint and say, this is a serious matter, come out.
So you were robbed?
Pardon me?
You were robbed?
They did not take anything from me, more than the vehicle. They tied me up, rolled me in a little bank line, over a bank line, and they took the vehicle.
Okay.
The vehicle. But I went on an ice parade. I don't know that the ice parade, that you go in the room with the person that robbed you, watching in your eyes, you and them eye making four. That is just setting me to get killed.
Wait, hold on. Let me just back up a little bit for the public's sake.
Yeah.
You together with the JP, together with the police and
the guy's father and the police.
Who robbed you? All are in the same room?
Yes. And the guy watching me in my face.
Wait, so the bandit was watching you straight in your face while you hiding him?
Exactly.
Where this happened, in Tobago?
Yes. And it's happening to you, that's why I get to understand.
So the bandit saw you pointing him out?
Yes.
And what did Tobago police call that? An ID parade?
Exactly. If I know, I would not go.
What the hell?
They're setting me up for me to get killed. Now, if the guy didn't recognize me properly, then he recognized me.
So you watching the bandit face to face
And he watching me.
in the same room?
Exactly.
No glass dividing where you
No,
see
no,
the
no,
bandit
I
and the
thought
bandit
that-
not seeing you?
No class. I thought they would have some kind of shot.
Because I know normally when you go on an ID parade, you would be now in one room together with your lawyer and probably a police or a JP or something, and opposite that glass now is where the perpetrators, the bandit would stand, but the bandit cannot see you.
That is how I think it's supposed to be. But them setting up people to get killed, and that is why a lot of criminals getting away because nobody don't want to go.
So caller, so hear this now. Just I don't wish it happen, but let's just say the bandit come out or get bail maybe tomorrow or the next day now, and they end up finding you dead somewhere.
Well, them are here, and I don't know them are the big place in this place here.
So this happened in which one is the station in Tobago?
Crown Point.
Crown Point?
Exactly.
That is station by the airport?
Yes.
Wow! So no form of protection for you identifying the bandit.
Them don't care about nobody.
Caller, thank you so much for highlighting the matter.
Thank you so much, sir.
So Trinidad and Tobago, you heard that? Now, if robbery is taking place in Tobago now, people will be afraid to go and ID bandits. If that is what's taking place in Tobago, where's Jacob? Where's the Minister of National Security? Hines, there's something in Tobago you need to check. The caller was robbed of his vehicle on Friday gone. Police hold the individual. The police, the boy father, the boy, the lawyer, the JP, and the owner who lost his vehicle, all of them in one room. No wonder why people are not coming forward. No wonder why. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we'll continue this discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Hey, Jacob, who is the acting commissioner, please go to Tobago and fix that problem. Minister of National Security, Hines, please go to Tobago and fix the problem. If the old guy end up dead, who is responsible? The officer in Tobago who conducted that. Let me tell you something. Hey, all are good. All you're good. All you're very good. You ain't care about uncle's safety. If that is the way they're identifying bandits, no wonder why individuals are not coming forward and bandits are being locked up. Will you hear that, Trinidad and Tobago? Will you hear that? And then now the commissioner or the minister, well, we don't have a commissioner, but the leader of the police service presently will come out now and tell the public, you don't trust the police, have confidence in the police, come out and report the matter. Even the Minister of National Security will say that we need you all to come forward and file all the reports. But when you have things like that taking place in Tobago, who coming out? Who coming out, Hines? Me? Boy, let you run there, yes? That's madness. Call a good night.
Yes, right.
My friend.
Saieed, that incident, that call I talking about. I know somebody passed through that almost 3 years ago in St. Joseph Station.
St. Joseph?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me tell you what happened, man. The people get robbed, and the person was in the cell, and they wanted the people to come and identify them with one of the family members who was in the cell in the same room. You know what I'm telling you?
I listen to you.
The person was in the cell, and one of the family members, each one of the people, had been in the same room where the people are identifying them.
But this is real madness, boy.
So why you think that the law and police, they say police corrupt and everything? That is how it is. That happened at St. Joseph Station.
Wow.
But here it is, on another note, the caller was talking about the funeral and the COVID funeral.
Yes, the box opening, yeah.
But I heard over the weekend from Tobago itself that Shampa Kojo test positive.
Yes.
And she was campaigning.
Well, that's how it is.
So it really have one law for one set of people and one law for the other set.
Correct.
And people from Tobago claiming that they're paving everything and they're giving away appliances to people and all kind of thing, you know.
I hear food card and all was distributed on that law.
Now all I get is union, so let's take all I get and do all that. It's a very nice time.
Thank you, my friend. Hey, officers, I wonder if this happened to a police officer. Let's just reverse the situation. If this happened to a police officer, what do you think would happen, callers? You think the police officer would like that? So to the officer in Tobago who did that, use a little reverse psychology. Reverse the situation. Next thing is something happened to you now. Charging that bandit. Put yourself in Papi's shoes. If something happened to you now, first thing you're going to say, oh, bandit shoot at you. But look at the nonsense you do. I thought the police supposed to, that officer especially, supposed to protect. Did you protect Papi when he did that? No, you put Papi's life at risk. Let me tell you something. I was the commissioner. I sent you home for 30 days, you know. Take what I tell you. Carelessness, you know. That is what they call slackness. 30 days. You're going home for 30 days, no pay. Take what I'm telling you. You all might get vexed with me. But let me tell you something. If the TTPS tell you, when you hear a crime take place, all report it. And when we report it, Tom, Dick and Harry know inside report it. You encourage me to come? No, you put my life at risk. That is what you did. Now you sign up for police work, you know, not me. Your job was to have common sense in how you do your investigation. Say you want to blame Saeed for twisting the whole matter. Put yourself in Papi's shoes. This is because at the end of the day, Papi lost his vehicle, not you. Papi was tied up, officer, not you. You was getting 30 days suspension with a full report as to what caused you to bring a bandit in the same room with the person who identified him. And then you go tell, Papi, come make the report and we go try and catch him. He was good for 30 days suspension with no pay. Minister of Health Terence Singh have expressed concerns about the potential spike in COVID-19 cases following a mass gathering of protesters at the Queen's Park Savannah in Port of Spain on Tuesday. Terence! And they had campaign in Tobago for THA election. Terence, Shamfa Kujo tested positive. How did she get it? How did she test? Where did she get it? Was it by campaigning? The whole of Trinidad and Tobago functioning. Brian Manning and his wife tested positive. Now Shamfa come and test positive. The whole of Trinidad and Tobago functioning. But Terence, there was a spike. Remember when Trinidadian went across for Easter? When the Prime Minister said, hey, you come across. After 2 weeks, where the rice started to go? It started to go down? No, it started to go up. So Terence, we are blaming. But in your crease, Mr. Minister, I'm telling you that. The crowd, which includes several activists, gathered to protest. However, in the aftermath of some 30 persons were arrested, he stated that persons should think twice before gathering in dangerous situation and hope that the gathering in the savannah does not result in a spike. Listen to this man.
What I did see was what happened in the savannah on Tuesday or Wednesday. Very, very disconcerting. So any type of gathering, even in your homes, any type of gathering at this point in time is something we should think twice or three times about, whether it's a protest as we saw in the savannah with people encouraging their little children not to wear masks. I am just hoping that that gathering in the savannah does not result in a spike, because what you saw there were people shouting, people without masks, people behaving in a particular way. So let us all, at this point in time, think twice before gathering in dangerous situations.
Terence, I have something for you, you know. You just hold on. Let me finish deliver my story to the people. I have something for you. Now, ask to comment on a carnival-themed motorcade that took place in Port of Spain on Friday, which attracted dozens of onlookers. Dayal Singh said he was not aware of the incident. Now, Dayal Singh called for everyone to be personally responsible.
Don't give the police work that all of us are overworked. Police, healthcare workers, all of us are overworked. And as the Honorable Prime Minister said yesterday, you can't put a policeman on every door, on every corner. And what is called for now is so much societal and personal responsibility to manage this current surge.
Terence! The minister also stated that he had no authority to grant waivers for any public gathering.
I get people writing to me on a daily basis to have weddings with 100 people, birthday parties in public places. Now, I'm glad you raised it, because I, as Minister of Health, have no authority under the way the current public health regulations are worded to grant any waiver for any public gathering. So I would appreciate if people don't write to me. I have no latitude, I have no discretion to grant any gathering in any public place for over 10 persons. Whether you want to have a wedding, whether you want to have a birthday party in a community center, I have no discretion. We have to be careful. We have to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant and be our brother's keeper.
Now, Terence, I understand. I fully well understand that you, being the Minister of Health, have to come out and tell the nation something. I am fully aware of that. But what I want to find out is that the campaigning in Tobago, where the whole of Tobago are in campaign for the THA election. Now, Mr. Terence, is the crowd in Tobago that campaigned for the THA election, are you expecting a spike in COVID-19 in Tobago? You see, again, the minister would say, it is okay. It is okay. But with the campaigning that took place just before, look at that. Terence, will there be a spike? I'm asking. Would there be a spike? What is the difference between the gathering at the savannah and what you are seeing on television, people? What is the difference, Terence? You say, I understand you have to come out and tell the nation something. But you see, when you hear you label a particular thing, you label a particular gathering, but you forget to mention the one in Tobago. Why didn't you say, being the health minister, why didn't you say, well, the gathering that took place in the savannah and the campaigning that took place in Tobago, we might be experiencing a spike in COVID-19, but you didn't do that. You see, that is the difference between somebody with common sense and somebody who have none. So you label the protesters, as you would say, but you take out the campaigning. Terence, I for the right thing, you know. And you see, when reality hit you and you started to talk about the right thing, I will support the right thing. But don't come around me with your negative impact of blaming the left and forgetting the right. Are you expecting a spike in COVID-19 in Tobago, Terence? I'm waiting for the answer. So here it is. Ask to comment on Carnival. Hey, all good, Terence. All good. Are we having a safe zone Carnival 2022? Because if the bar is open, I'm just saying something, if the bar is open on the avenue, and these places are deemed safe zone, come February, they can have a small gathering. Are correct, Director? Am I correct? They can have a small gathering because it's safe zone, vaccinated, mask. Yeah? Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Mr. Ali, I called you a week ago letting you know that I am in quarantine. I got tested on the 20th of November. And I never got my results.
Never?
My quarantine is over. And today I had to go and visit the Cuba hospital to get my prescription filled. And while there, I said, let me inquire because I have been called over and over the numbers that they gave me. For hours I'm on the phone holding and nobody is answering the phone. Right? I even got this CMO personal cell phone number, and you know what he was doing? Declining the call every time I called. I messaged him on WhatsApp and I explained my situation and the dilemma that I'm going through. And he never even responded.
Thank you, my dear.
Today, they're telling me that I am positive.
Still?
And I have to...
Wait,
they said my results came back positive. And I have to be in quarantine still.
So the first
so I want to know how much quarantine I have to be in. When the people in Tobago, they could sex and carry on and be free. They have left foot, right foot, but the people in Trinidad have 2 left foot.
Wow.
This is unfair to me, Mr. Ali. And you know what? My husband was home as well with the same flu-like symptoms. But he didn't get tested.
So
but they want me now to go and do another test to give me a clearance so that I can go out into public. So wait another 14 to 19 days. It's 19 days I'm in quarantine, you know.
Wow.
Yes. From the time I found out that I have flu-like symptoms, I stayed at home. I did not go with anybody.
Thank you, my dear. So here it is. Minister of Health Terence Jiazing have stated that the anti-vaccinated level is decent, but still not good. And there is a high degree of vaccine hesitancy among parents of children. Hey, let me state it one time. My 2 sons, I learn all you know, them ain't going to take that. I'll let you all you know one time. I am not saying don't vaccinate your children. I am not saying vaccinate your children. I am just saying my kids ain't taking it. Regarding vaccination, the other thing noted that the global pandemic community is only 40% vaccinated, while some countries as low as 10 to 2% vaccinated. The minister also stated that the anti-vaccination level is 46% in decent but still not good. On the degree of vaccine hesitancy among parents of children, he mentioned that the government will keep on encouraging parents to get their children vaccinated.
It is a global pandemic where you have a global community that is only 40% fully vaccinated. Some countries as low as 10%, 2%. We're at 46%. Decent, but simply not good enough. And there's a high degree of vaccine hesitancy among parents of children. And we keep talking to them, whole of society, whole of government approach, to encourage them to get their children vaccinated.
Now listen to this. He noted that we have to fight vaccine. We have to fight vaccine equality around the world and in the Caribbean.
Right now we can't vaccinate those 5 to 11. So the principle of herd immunity, as you know, is as much of the herd that is vaccinatable, which is 1.1 million of the population, 1 million 18 and over, and 100,000 between 12 and 18. They have to get vaccinated to protect those who are unvaccinatable at this time, which is babies and children 0 to 11. So we have to keep on with the message. We are all in this together. It's a cliche, but it is true. And we have to fight things like vaccine inequity around the world, because no one is safe until all of us are safe around the world and in the Caribbean.
Terence, you try to focus in Trinidad. That's what I want you to do. You try to focus in Trinidad. I would listen to the international news and bring it to the international people. You try to focus in Trinidad. You don't step out of bounds. Focus in Trinidad only. Hey, so hear this now. They launched an investigation into FUL license being issued under the former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffith. Now, meanwhile, National Security Minister Saieed Ali stated that there was a public complaint about the issue of licensing of firearm. Listen to this.
You will recall that there was public disquiet reflected in elements of the media, because you speak on behalf of the public as an important fourth estate. And there was public disquiet about the issues around licensing of firearms. Complaints were coming to ministers of government, to the chairman of the National Security Council, complaints on the television, general disquiet, sufficient enough for the National Security Council to have asked two then recently retired senior operatives of the National Security Platform, in the persons of retired ACP Barrington and retired Chief of Defense Staff Pritchard. The National Security Council asked both these well-suited, patriotic individuals to go out there and engage in a fact-finding exercise so that it will assist the National Security Council in determining whether the public disquiet was founded in reality or whether it was founded in emotionalism and Trinidadian small talk.
So, Mr. Hines, you said the people cried out and you listened and all you launched an investigation. Let me tell you something. The people crying out all the time. All the time the people was crying out and nobody took heed. Your colleague, former Minister of National Security, Stuart Young. What happened? You have nothing to say? So what I want to ask you now, before the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, there was a Commissioner of Police also. How many firearms did he release to businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago? So compare the figure of FUL license being released to citizens of Trinidad and Tobago under the former Commissioner Gary Griffith, and then Mr. Hines, I want you to go back now and look at the Commissioner of Police who was there before Gary Griffith and see how much firearms was signed off under him for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Hines, you're talking nonsense. You're talking nonsense. I know businessmen whose family have been robbed on multiple occasions, signed up for firearm before Gary Griffith and never got it. You talking about the public crying out? Who is the public? Huh? Hey Hines, let me tell you something. You cannot come with that rooster story and tell yourself Saieed will sit down and just listen to you. Let me tell you something. I am saying you're talking nonsense. Who was the commissioner before Gary? Sam Williams? I believe it was Williams. Before Gary. How much firearm released under Williams? And check how much firearm released under Gary. And then Mr. Hines come out and hold a proper briefing and tell the public who was crying out. You want to come with a rooster story and tell the public, oh, they're crying out and something wrong? Let me tell you something. The head of the Security Council, who is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, you want to talk about people crying out? People crying out under the commissioner before Gary and got nothing. What are you talking about? People crying out, Heinz? I have a lot more to say, but I'll keep it for our next night. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, this was Mashup Monday. You are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight. Remember, our food drive is on. Make a contribution towards the food drive. Hopefully not next week, the following week, we'll be joining BMW live on television here for one lucky person. Remember, we still have the Range Rover coming up in January or February. That is going to some lucky person also. So I encourage you, call me at 339-1670, 238-6716. Make a contribution. We're starting to give out food. So until we meet again, be safe and enjoy the night.